Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, the Cross Penny series, Kisses of Mercy, episode number 98. Well, if we finished here and before we go on our field trip, why don't you and Willie give us a little tour of Tony's shed? Wayne suggested to Beth. Willie and I will catch up with you in a minute, Chester said as the group stood to take their dishes to the washing station. What's up, Chester? Wayne and Jean don't know this yet, but we, as in Eduardo, Jonathan, Matt, and I, are mailing out 200 letters today. I saw them in the office on Bobby's desk. Next weekend is homecoming, and this place will be swarming with fellas, including electricians, plumbers, carpenters. Plus, and we have local access to a great welder all the time. What Jean and Wayne don't know is we've asked the guys to come early and to stay longer so they can get the fits finished and get everything else installed out in Tony's shed. We know your installation crew is coming, but everything else is on us, and Chester hesitated. Willie laughed. Tell you what, Chester, I'm way past due for a vacation. I'll be glad to hang around and help install everything. You know, we can get it up and running really quickly. Like in the weighed and labeled dried wasabi today? Chester laughed. Well, I told you quickly. Is that quick enough? Willie asked. It was good to work with you yesterday. You really seem to fit in here, Chester commented as the two men walked toward the door. Like a comfortable old pair of jeans. Now, don't be concerned about the installations. We'll get it all done. Willie patted Chester on the shoulder. And quickly. They joined Carrie, Beth, Mark, Wayne, and Jean out in Tony's shed. See, that one over there. Willie pointed to a rather hidden pallet. So that's where you disappeared yesterday, Beth said. Yes, ma'am, my lady. That's where I did my magical disappearing act, Willie replied. I will admit, most good sir, you startled me a little bit when you popped back up like a bunny from a magician's black top hat, Beth replied. Wayne and Jean looked at each other, smiled, and nodded their heads. So did Chester and Carrie. While Mark, Willie, and Chester worked together and shoved some pallets out of the way under Beth's directions, Wayne and Jean talked to Carrie. Carrie, you have pitched in so many times in so many ways over the years, ever since you started hanging around with Chester. We know Beth is going to be great with the machinery, but we need you. But only if you want to. We need you to be over the people working out here, Wayne said. Carrie, in short, will you be the assistant manager out here and work with Beth and Mark when he's out here? Jean asked. I would love it. Chester and I have been praying about that. We have to. We'll talk to Beth in a little while. We're pretty certain it will be okay with her, too, Wayne added. Thanks, dear. Jean hugged Carrie. If your strong backs are finished shoving things around, we need to go on our field trip. Chester and Carrie, would you make a run through and see what all we can pick Sunday night? Eduardo's rounding up the fence guys to help finish the posts the cattlemen are putting in today. Look, everybody, we have a great meal planned for luncheon to honor best cattlemen. Man, what a godsend these fellows have been and are. Mark, you and Old Blue are also awesome. Jean and I are so very grateful. And while I'm thinking about it, Jean and I want to personally thank you, Beth, for raising a son with such integrity to return Tony's tool belt. And you, Mark, for hunting us down and doing it. Eternity alone will only show the true ramifications of that one deed. Thank you both. Our cattlemen will be leaving after lunch. We will be eating supper in the mess hall, and it very well might be leftovers, planned-overs. Chester reminded Eduardo to bring Liliana and the kids over for supper. Let's join hands in a circle and thank God for all he's done. They quickly held hands and went down to their knees. Mark held one of his mom's hand and smiled as Willie took her other hand. The only thing that would make this perfect would be me holding Gwen's hand in this circle, Mark said to himself. Mama, before you go, I want to show you something in my apartment. It'll only take a couple minutes. Go on, Beth. We'll show Willie, Old Blue. You can meet up with us there, Wayne said. Chester and Carrie left to inspect all the produce fields. Willie, Wayne, and Jean went to the barn. Old Blue is rather old, isn't it? Willie commented more than asked. It was our first tractor, and it was old when we bought it. It has worked so hard for so long, Jean replied. Beth tells us the person who rebuilt it the last time took some major shortcuts. Wayne shrugged his shoulders. Except on the bill. Willie looked closer. I see a few of them myself, inferior parts and some major shortcuts. The head cattleman, Bill Blankenship, Jean started. I met him. He's a good man, Willie nodded. Bill tells us both that Beth has something very special going on when it comes to machinery, Jean commented. So does Mark, but he's not as experienced as she is. But she and her late husband taught that boy well, real well, Wayne said. I believe she's the right person for the equipment in your dried produce facility. So her husband died? Willie asked.